Hi, folks. How's everyone doing on this Sunday? Great to see people joining in on a Sunday afternoon. Generally, everyone has plans on Sunday, but thank you for everyone who's joining in, taking time out on a Sunday afternoon. It's great to be here with you guys. We'll be discussing a few interesting things today. If you've watched the previous two sessions which I've done, so we've talked about three setups: one on Bank Nifty, one on Glaxo, and one on Jubilant Foodwork. So we are going to do a quick follow up on those, like how things are happening in those setups, what's going on there, and then I'm going to discuss one new setup in ITC. So this is a trade which I had taken a few months back, but it's a very good one. Here we see how a support changes, sorry, a resistance changes into a support level, and how we can trade it. So that will be an interesting setup that I have for you guys. So yeah, I see people joining in still. So we'll start in a couple of minutes. Meanwhile, I'll just look at the chat box. Let me know what you guys are up to, what you guys are doing these days. Sorry, on this weekend. So anything interesting you guys up to? Anurag is asking if I can repeat those three setups in short. Sure, Anurag. I'll just quickly spend 1 minute uh, on each of these setups. So in case you are not part of the previous live streams, you'll be able to understand what I'm talking about. So that's not a problem. Stylish Dhirendra is saying, "What are you doing, sir?" I'm with you guys, talking about stocks. So that's what I'm doing right now. It's always great to take some time off and look at the charts on the weekend. So you get a lot of clarity, because what happens during market hours is there is a lot of information bombardment happening from all around, from social media, from TV channels, and whatnot. So on weekends, at least, you have that clarity. So I always like looking at setups during the weekend, and then focusing on those setups in the coming week. Always gives clarity of thought. Shobit is saying that he's joined the live session today for the first time, and he wants me to share the previous session's recording. Shobit, that'll be on my channel, on the entry channel as well. So just go to the channel and look for the previous videos. You'll be able to get those live stream recordings. Shobit also wants me to give a brief of the trading course on the entry app. Uh, so it's a course for beginners. So if you are someone who's new to the markets and wants to get on the right track, wants to reduce the learning curve, that uh, I mean, get started faster. So this course basically helps you get the right concepts in place. So I'll tell you personally, like when I started off, these kind of informations were not allowed. So there's a sea of information out there on YouTube, on Twitter, on forums, on television. So you don't really come to know what works, what does not work. You try something, and then after a couple of weeks, you realize, okay, this is not something that's working out. So all these challenges are there. As a beginner, you don't know where to start. You don't know what is right, what is wrong, and then obviously there are no courses. You cannot go to a college and say that I want to learn trading, right? So the idea of this course is to sort of help people who are beginners in the market, who are starting off, with the right kind of guidance, so that the amount of time that I spent personally, I think initial 2 3 years that I spent just to get the basics, those that time basically gets saved for you, for people who do the course. And I've also discussed a few strategies. So these strategies are very actionable. You can practice these and then start implementing it in the markets if you feel confident. There are also gold batches where, folks, we have a group where folks keep on discussing and learning. So it's a community learning also happening at the same time. People will be sharing their setups. You can also share whatever you have in terms of setup, or if you have any questions, doubts. So good community is what you also get. I hope that answers your question. Shobit is asking, does it focus on intraday trading or swing trading? It primarily focuses on getting started. The setups that I've discussed are applicable on intraday time frame, on daily, weekly, every time frame. Don't get into that hassle of whether it is intraday or positional or swing. See, things that work generally work across time frames. So wait for other couple of minutes and then I'll get started with these setups. Anurag is asking if the course also covers derivatives. We've touched upon the basics of derivatives. We've not gone into a deep study of derivatives because that's a separate field in itself. So, as I said, this is for beginners who want to get started. You'll understand what are derivatives and all, but full-fledged derivative trading is not something that I would even encourage as someone who's new to the markets. Nirav is asking, what do you normally do on a weekend except for charts and setups? Well, I try to relax, go for a walk, maybe uh, a short drive. If I have any travel plans, that is always fun. Otherwise, have some good food, leisure around, just relax. That's the idea for the weekends for me at least. Watch if you have something interesting to watch. I like watching. Uh, right now there is this TV series, right? Inside Edge. The third season has come out. So I've seen the first two. It's kind of it's a good one-time watch. So that's what I was watching this afternoon actually before this. Amit is asking for the course fee. Hey Amit, you can go to the link and just check all the details. There's uh, all the details written there. You'll get it there. And if you have any questions, any doubts, you can always get in touch with the Entry App folks. They'll help you remove those doubts. Dwarkidi is saying try Mentalist. Yeah, I've seen that one. It's a good movie. Yes. Mayank is asking, does Entry App have a desktop version? I don't want to learn on my phone. I'm not. I think they have. I'm not sure. Just ask them. I'll request the entry team to sort of answer this for you in the chat if they are there. All right, guys. I think time to get started. So now I'll not be looking at the chat box for a while. I'll go through the previous three setups first, and then probably you guys. I'll get back to the chat box and take some of the questions. Great. So let's get started. Right. So the first setup that I had discussed last time, last two sessions was on Bank Nifty. This is yet to be formed, but I'll tell you what the setup was about. Uh, So in this setup, what we are saying is we are looking for a support area. So this is the support area on Bank Nifty daily. Uh, so this pivot and this pivot combined is forming a support, and this is what. Sorry. Yeah. So this is what it is coming out to be. This comes in around 34.1 thousand. So what we'll do is we'll wait for the price to come down to 34.1K. And when it comes down there, that is when our we'll look for a change in trend. So what is happening here, if I may put it here, is price is constantly falling, right? And this is where the support area is. This is 34.1K. So once the price comes here, we will look for a reversal, right? We'll come down to the 15-minute chart or the hourly chart, and we'll look for a higher low formation. So this is what we look for. So as this is a downtrend, there are a lot of lower lows which are forming, and then once a higher low forms, then we look for the break of the previous pivot high, which is this one. Once this is broken, this is where we enter the position, right? So this is what we call the strategy is the price action strategy one, which is discussed in the course. So this is a trade that I'm waiting for, and everything is very objectively decided. Objectively decided, like where the entry should be, what should be the stop loss, what should be the position sizing, what should be the target. So once we enter, we'll discuss all of these aspects. So this was the first setup in Bank Nifty. Let me talk about the second setup now, which was on Glaxo. So Glaxo, you are looking at the weekly chart. You can also look at the daily chart with by zooming a bit, but it's more clear in the weekly chart. So, this trade has actually gone live. I talked about it last time as well, like where the entry has happened. So this is the high probability pattern one, right? So this is a strategy based on the on volatility contraction basically. So we had this zone wherein the price was sort of consolidating, and then we had a breakout here. So we bought around at around 1800. So let me uh, take this on daily actually. So looking at the stop loss will be much easier on the daily. I've Yeah. Yes. Right. So we had seen that this is the R line, the resistance line, which got broken. These are points A, B, C, D, E, and this is F. And we had said that we'll enter at the break of 1800. So our entry is at 1800 for Glaxo. Let me put it down here. So entry according to the setup has happened around 1800. And the stop loss we've taken for this is this low, the low of this candle, which is around 1638. Sorry, so this is 1800. Let's call it 1630. So the risk in terms of money in this case is, risk in terms of points is around 170 points, correct? And the initial target that we are looking at, which is at let's say 3R is entry plus 3 into this, which is 2310 is our first target. How do you do position size? Position size formula is simple. It's risk in terms of money divided by risk in terms of points. So if you're risking, let's say 10,000 rupees on this trade, so position sizing will be 10,000, which is risk in terms of money, divided by risk in terms of points, which is 170. Right? This is what we had calculated risk in terms of points. So we'll be buying, if our risk is, let's say 10k rupees, then we'll buy around 58 shares for this. 59, rounded off to 59. Right? So this trade is on. What's the current? It got triggered and it's trading around 1882 for now. We'll wait and watch. We'll see what happens. Probably once it hits 2R, we can start trailing it, but we'll not be touching it anytime before 2R. So what is 2R like? Let me just put here. What is 2R? 2R is this plus 170 plus 170. So 2140 is our first thing where we first price point where we start to trail this trade, because once you've gotten, let's say, twice the risk, you don't want to keep the stop loss at 1630, right? Let's say the price comes to 2140. Now it doesn't make sense that we keep the stop loss around 1630. So we'll shift the stop loss up once this price is reached. But until this price is reached, we are not going to touch this. All right. So this is the second setup. Just briefly discuss this for guys who want a detailed explanation. I have discussed it in the previous videos, and the strategy it's been discussed in the course. So you can go through that as well. Cool. Then the third we had Jubilant Foodworks. This also this is similar to the Nifty Bank thing at. So what we had said here was that this is the support zone. So this I had discussed in my last video. So if we look at this pivot and this pivot, we combine these two, so we get this support zone, right? Sorry for the line, this not straight, but this is the support zone, and price bounce from here. So what we did was we went on to a half an hour, 30-minute chart. You can go to a 30-minute chart, 1 hour chart, as it works out for you. So we entered, we looked for a change in trend. Right, we looked for a change of trend. We entered around sorry, around these levels, I guess. So no, sorry, around just a second. So yeah, so just to like, it was continuously making lower lows, lower lows, lower lows, and this is where it made a higher low, right? And we know that this is a support zone. So this is a reversal happening near a support zone. So this is a price action trade based on the price action strategy. So we'll enter somewhere around these levels. So around 3740 is where we entered, and stop loss is around this area. So I've done the calculations for this one in the Excel, just like we did for Glaxo in the last video. You can go through that. Uh, sorry. So since we've entered, this has been in a consolidation. It broke out for a while, but then it's been consolidating. So it's wait and watch. We are not doing anything without reason here. So either our stop loss gets taken out or our target will get hit. So we'll wait and watch. We'll see what happens. Cool, guys. So I hope guys folks who've not attended the previous two live sessions, they are up to date about all these three setups, right? So quickly, I'll take if there are any questions on these three setups before I discuss the new setup that I want to today, like the ITC setup. So any questions so far on this? Please ask away. Shobit Sinha is asking what is 2R, 3R. So Shobit, whenever we take a trade, right? One of the things in systematic trading is we always define the risk. What should be the risk in the trade? And we call that R. Now, R can be interpreted in different manners. Now, risk can be in terms of points, in terms of money, in terms of percentage of capital. So that is what risk R means. Now, here what we are talking about is if you look at the Glaxo trade, our entry was 1800, stop loss was 1630. So risk in terms of points. So R, let's say in terms of points, is going to be entry minus stop loss, right? The difference between these two. So this is 170, correct? So that is what risk is. Now, risk can also be in terms of money. Now, let's say I want to risk. Let's say 10,000 rupees in a trade, right? In systematic trading, we always define the risk. It is not something that देखा जाएगा क्या होगा कैसे होगा. It's not like that. So the risk amount of money that we are risking is 10,000, and the amount of points, risk in terms of points, here is 170. Now let's say if my capital is 1 lakh, or maybe let's say 10 lakh. 10 lakh is my capital, right? So risk in terms of percentage of capital will be 1%, right? Because 1% of 10 lakh is 10,000. So that is what. And what I mean by 2R, 3R is 2 times the risk or 3 times the risk. When I say at what point I'll be making 2 times the risk, so this is the point at which I'll be making two times the risk. At when the price reaches 2140, I'll be making 2 times whatever I've risked. So let me also show you the calculation here. So let's say the price comes to 2140. So what will be my PNL? It will be equal to this minus the entry price multiplied by the quantity, which is the position size. So this will be 20,000, right? So now what is my risk? Risk is 10,000, and I'm getting 2 times the risk. So this is 20,000. So R is nothing else but risk. And you can think of like R can be defined in multiple formats, just like mm, you have this thing, right? Let's say you have distance. Now, distance can be defined in various ways, right? It can be in meters, it can be in kilometers, miles, centimeter, inches. Similarly, risk, but all of them will be same. Like 1,000 meters is equal to 1 kilometer, right? So similarly, all these, the way I'm defining risk, it's all the same, but different units that I'm using here. Hope that answers the question. Ketan Bora is asking if any system is giving 80% accuracy, then still is it wrong to book at 1:1? No, you can. I mean, 80% is a very high accuracy. 1:1 is a good thing there. In the course, I've talked about the concept of edge. So let me briefly talk about it as well. So when you decide that, okay, is this a system that I want to trade or I don't want to trade, you don't look at accuracy itself. You look at both accuracy, which is the success percentage of the system, like how many trades are winning trades, and you also look at the reward to risk. And there's a formula for edge, which is average winner into percentage wins minus average loser into percentage of losing trades. So that gives you the edge. So if this edge of the system is positive, then there is no problem. It could be a 80% success rate with a reward to risk of 1:1. So that is a positive edge. That's a very good edge. So you can trade that, not a problem. Rishabh is asking, can we trade this setup in intraday? Yes, I trade it a lot in intraday, especially on Bank Nifty. It's a great setup to be traded intraday for sure. Samir is asking about steps to learn trading right from the beginning. See, Samir, as I was talking about earlier, it's a sea, it's an ocean sort of, it's an ocean of information out there. So the start has to be very right. Otherwise, you'll end up losing a lot of money on things that don't later on make sense. So my suggestion would be start slow, try to learn the right concepts, try to learn a strategy that works, and then give it some time, practice, and then start putting in money in the markets. Right? There is no shortcut as such that okay, you do this, you'll start making money from tomorrow. It'll take time, but yeah, if you have the right concepts and the right strategies, the learning curve will be relatively shorter. Mayank is asking, what is the maximum time would I give a trade to work out? See, I'll wait unless it takes unreasonable amount of time. Let's say if I have a trade on a 15-minute time frame, I'm okay to wait for a month, not a problem. But if beyond a month and a half, it is just moving in a very choppy range, then I'll let it go. But generally, I am very that way. I'm very patient. That okay, either the stop loss or the target, let it take out any of these two. And I'll tell you, out of 100 trades, 95 trades will not test your patience. So the majority trades you should wait. Rajesh is asking what will be the trailing stop loss for Glaxo as per the setup. Uh, so we'll discuss when we get there. Let the price be there. So we'll also see what is the price structure formation once we get there. So no point like speculating right now. If this happens, then we'll do this. If that happens, we'll do that. We'll wait for the price to reach 2140 and then we'll discuss. Cool, guys. I think a lot of good questions coming in. So I'm happy that a lot of you guys are following all these setups and understanding. Really happy about that. Uh, cool. So I'll quickly jump on to the ITC setup. I'm not looking at chat right now. After the setup, I'll probably spend 5 minutes answering questions. So let me talk about the setup for today, which is ITC. So this is a okay. Let me just. So this is the hourly chart of ITC, and what I want to uh, share with you guys is a slightly advanced concept, but this is a very powerful setup in my opinion. So, so this is a resistance zone, right? This, if I look at this pivot and I look at two pivots here, I'll take this one, this pivot, and this pivot. So this is sort of a resistance zone right here, which got broken with a big green candle here, correct? So here this resistance got broken. And one of the concepts that we all know about is once a resistance gets broken, it converts into a support level, correct? So, here what we see is now this after this breakout, this has become R has been converted to a resistance, has been converted to a support, and the price here touched that support this week. So to get the exact numbers, so this is around 216, right? This is 215, this is again 214. So this zone was the resistance zone was 215 to 217, right? And this became a support zone. So what we'll be doing as per the price action strategy, we will be waiting for the price to come to the support zone. So it came to the support zone on the hourly. So next step is we'll go down to the 5-minute chart and look for a reversal. So so we go to the 5-minute chart, and what we see is this is where 218, 217. So this is where, we'll start monitoring it from. So as you can see, it is continuously making lower lows, lower low, lower low. Now, once it comes into our support zone, which starts from here. So from 218 to 21, let's say 4, this is the support zone. So I'll be looking for a reversal. I'll be looking for a higher low. So here, although it went up, it made a higher low here. This one is a higher low. Let me zoom in a bit so that you guys understand this better. Yes. Right. So as I was saying, the it was forming lower lows continuously, and this is where it entered our support zone, which is between 214 to 218, and here it made a higher low. Now, according to the setup, according to the system, what we are waiting for is a break of the previous pivot high. So this is the previous pivot high here, this one. So we were waiting for a break of the previous pivot high, which did not happen. Price went up, but it did not. It failed to break this pivot high. So no problem. We'll wait for another pivot high to be broken. It went on to make another lower low here, another lower low. Then it made another high here, and it made a higher low again. So this again is a higher low, right? So now we are waiting for the break of this pivot high, correct? And this will be our entry point. What will be the stop loss? This higher low will be our stop loss. If you are conservative, you can place a stop loss below this lower low as well. That is also fine. I prefer this because yeah, it's a closer stop loss, so you get faster returns basically. Now the beauty of this setup is this is the PA setup that we've discussed. And while this was forming, we also formed the HPP setup, which is the high probability pattern, right? So if you look at this one, someone was asking if the HPP pattern works on intraday. So this is a classic HPP pattern. Let me just, I hope some of you are able to see it. Let me check on the chat. You guys are able to see it, the HPP pattern here. If you are able to see it, just put in yes. Otherwise, put in no. Yes, S25 says yes, ascending triangle. Yes, you can call it ascending triangle as well. A lot of you are able to see it. So let me just put it in perspective. So this is point A, this is B, C, D, E, and this is F. So break of E is where we enter. So we would have entered here at this candle, and F would this would have been our stop loss, right? So like a rare occasion where both PAS and HPP got formed, and this was a sure shot sort of a trade. And let me just uh, put down the numbers for you guys. So let me talk about the ITC trade here. So what will be the entry? Entry will be above this point. So this is 219.4. So let's say the entry is 220. Stop loss is, so I'm taking this from a PA's perspective, price action strategy perspective. This will be a stop loss, which is the low, which is 218. So risk in terms of points here is how much, guys? 2, right? And what will be our position size? Let's say we are risking uh, 10,000 rupees for this trade again. So our position size will be risk in terms of money divided by risk in terms of points. So we'll go with 5,000 quantity of ITC. Okay. And our first target will be at 3R. So what will be our first target? So 3R will be 226, correct? And post that, we can book, we can trail, we can do a lot of things. And I think, yeah, then it started moving up, and presently this is trading uh, around 237, 235. So our target was met. The max it went to was 237. We'll not get too greedy. We'll book some at 226. For people who want to trail, they can trail even further. It's easily, you can easily get a 10 hour, 15 hour here. So a really good trade, this one. I have been long in ITC for quite a while. I'll also share with you guys. There was another PAS, the price action strategy was at play back in August as well. So that is when I went long. So if you look at this chart, uh, so if you look at this chart, all of these are very good support levels, right? This 1, 2 is close to support, 3, 4. So this is making very nice supports around the 200 level ITC. So support zone, let's say, was around 198 to 200, right? And somewhere in August, this is when I had entered, because from here, if you look at the bounce back, I was a bit late in the entry, but I went to the, I mean, you can do the same analysis. You go to the 30-minute chart, and from here, you wait for a higher low to be formed. Once the higher low is formed, you enter. So you could enter somewhere around 207, 210 levels, right? So entry here was for me around 208. I had tweeted about it. Let me check very quickly. Uh, yeah, talking about this, one of my students. Yeah. So So August 3rd, yeah. So this is when I had sort of bought, and again, this is a good entry point. There's a long term support here, and so this trade I did not take. I already had quite a few ITCs in my portfolio, but I was happy looking at the price formation that okay, this is going to sort of move up gradually, right? So this was the third setup. This trade is almost done. So yeah, uh, you guys have any question on this setup, feel free to ask. Any other general questions, I'll take that for 5 minutes, and then we'll wrap this up. Yeah, Rishabh, super observation. See, this comes with time. You need to spend some time on the screen, and that is only when you'll start spotting these patterns. It's not very difficult, but it's not very easy as well. So you need to put in the hours. Probably look at 500 of these setups, um, and then you'll be able to spot them in live markets as well. Trading intraday these setups is tough. Let me be very honest with you, because finding them and then trading them, it happens very quickly. The emotions are very high. So if you are a beginner, start off on the daily, and once you've done practiced on 500 charts live, or on TradingView or something, once you've practiced for 500 charts, only then get into or try your hands in intraday. All right. Dwaraki D is asking, how do you select stocks for observation? Well, it's very simple. You look at the Nifty 100 stocks, the top 100 stocks in Nifty, and then you just scan them on a daily chart, one by one. It'll take the first time you do it, it'll take 30 minutes, and then it'll reduce down to 5 minutes or 6 minutes. So you'll be able to spot it once if you do it like continuously. And if you spot something coming into the support zone, then sort of put that in your watch list and start monitoring it on a lower time frame, let's say 30-minute or a 15-minute. And a lot of these setups are also shared in the Telegram, this the Gold Badge group. So a lot of people who are observing this, they keep on sharing, so you can get it from there as well. You are welcome, Rishabh. Anyone who wants to learn, who genuinely wants to reduce their learning curve, I'm more than happy to sort of do my part there. And so you're welcome, Rishabh. I think the Rajesh is asking, how many scripts should you keep in the watch list? Keep a maximum of 5 to begin with. Don't go beyond that. Uh, After a couple of years, when you are able to handle 5, you can gradually sort of increase it to 7, 9, 10, whatever you're comfortable with, but not more than 5 to begin with. Geeta is saying that she's not added to the Telegram group as entry app student. Geeta, I think that is for gold batch. If you have enrolled for the gold batch and still you have not been added, then please reach out to the customer support team of entry. They'll definitely sort this out, help you out with this. Devashish is asking, when will be the next gold batch? Devashish, this is an ongoing batch. This is not something which happens. There's already a group where there are mentors, expert mentors who I think, who are live. I mean, who are talking to the students, clearing their doubts, sharing setups and all. So all of that is happening. There is no specific date for that. Gagandeep is asking if this works in a mid cap, small cap. Yes, yes. See, these patterns, they are uh, like very strong patterns. There's a lot of logic behind them. They work on uh, mid cap, small cap, micro cap, large cap. They work across commodities, currencies, even crypto. I've not seen crypto, but should work on crypto as well, because these patterns have inherent emotions, if I may say, like the way the price action is happening, it tells you about the mood of the market in a sense. So these patterns generally work. Let me also clarify that the success rate is not 100%. In my view, the success percent will be around 50-60%. But what you will see is that the reward to risk is very good. Like in the ITC trade, we were risking 2 points and it is potentially given 20. So that is where, when it works, it gives you super return, and this is going to happen across time frames, across instruments. Uh, Debashish is asking that about the Traders Nest program. So Traders Nest program, that is not on for now, Debashish. It's I don't know when that will come. Arvind is asking about positional option selling strategies. Arvind, that's a separate domain altogether. Here, what we are talking about is the beginner stuff, wherein you know how you can get started, get the right guidance and the right setups, understand what is the risk. What you're talking about positional option selling is a few years down the line. So that we'll get there when we get there, sort of. But that's not part of this the beginner level course. All right, guys. I think it was great interacting with all of you. Uh, if you have any questions, you can put it in the comment box. I'll look at that. If you have any, other uh, course level questions like what are gold batches, how do I join gold batches, or is the course content available on the desktop instead of only mobile? So put those questions as well. I think the team will answer all of you. I might have missed quite a few in the chat box, so I request you to put it down in the comment box if it's not been answered. And hopefully, I'll see you guys again next week. It'll be great if you guys can also look at some of the setups. If I get a good setup, I'll feature that in the live stream along with your name. So uh, give it some time. I'm sure you'll be able to find something very interesting. So all right, I'm signing off now. Have a great weekend. See you guys next week. Bye.